Hello and welcome to the Generation Gap podcast. I'm Lunchbox.
I'm Gleek.
And had a little bit of illness trading back and forth. And
yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
last week I decided, fuck it, ain't no podcasting. Nope. I decided to spend next fucking 5 days in bed. Fucking fever dreamed like a motherfucker.
Dude, I that Sunday, that was the Sunday after Christmas, and it was almost like one of those things of, fuck, I would have had shit to talk about, but I would have been like a zombie while talking about it the entire time anyway, of driving back and forth. And
I would have been useless.
You've just been over there with like a steady IV drip of NyQuil.
And pretty much, just going,
it sucks.
Fuck everything.
Bored!
God, you have no idea. I slept 19 fucking hours at one point.
What?
Just, I went to sleep for like 8, got up for 3 hours. That's when I looked at the clock and I was like, oh my God, I got a podcast here in a bit. No, I don't. Fuck this. Shot you an email, saying fuck it.
I'm dead was pretty much what it read. Like, It was just like, well, good thing that they have it that, well, where Gleek will be mummified and we will continue the podcast. So that'll be a thing.
Actually, fuck it. I want to be shot out of a cannon.
You should be mummified and then shot out of a cannon over the pyramid. Just fuck it, go
down in Memphis.
Yeah, over the Memphis period. You just go the whole 9 yards, just right over the top of it.
Shoot me over the pyramid, make me land in the middle of the Mississippi.
Your feet will come back up like a bobber, just in the middle of the water. It's going on now. It's like he's going to take him a little trip to Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
But we've actually both seen something that we both like, and I'm surprised by.
Titties. I like titties.
I love titties. Every time I'm talking to some of my buddies in Skype, and they'll just hear like the roll of my mouse wheel. They'll be like, "What are you doing over there?" I'm like, "Looking at boobs."
Roses are titties. Violets are titties. Titties.
Titties.
I like titties. I saw that on a shithouse wall one time.
That guy was a genius. But what I was getting to was F is for Family, the newest Netflix original. Mm-hmm. I think it is. I'm not sure if it's written by Bill Burr or not, but I know I
think it is.
I know he voices the father of it.
And the middle kid character is named Bill.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be him as a kid.
Because it kind of makes sense because it matched so much of the stand-up that he said. Because he had an HBO special where he was talking about his dad just going out into the garage whenever his mom pissed him off. Or he actually mentioned in that stand-up special, it's like, I will punch you right through a wall. Mm-hmm. Like whenever he was like doing the discipline shit. And dude, like for a generation gap kind of topic, I've heard other people talk about how the 70s were. I've heard you talk about how it was. I've heard stories from my mom, dad, a lot of people that grew up during that time. And it seemed like everything clicked. It was just like, it's a shitty car, you're at a shitty job, everyone's got like larger families. And
well, that show, I'm willing to give it props just because for once, a cartoon, a show that way, they got it fucking right.
Yeah.
These people are not perfect. They don't pretend to be fucking perfect. And I don't even know how to describe it. I identify with some of that. Just some of this shit, the way the father acts. I've seen it from my grandfather. I've seen it from older people, my father. And I hate to say it. I mean, yeah, I'm a kid of the late 80s, I was a teenager, late 80s, early 90s. But I was Kevin. I'm serious.
The stoner kid?
Yeah, the stoner rock and roller. Yeah. I was fucking Kevin.
You hugged him too much when he was a kid. He's a pussy. Dude, like just for memorable quotes, dude, it happened as well. And you talk about you identify with Kevin. I watched the father of that show, and there are so many points of like, I'm not married yet, and I do that shit now.
Yeah.
So many points of it's like, Oh, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, several parts of that, because you can identify with so many of the characters because they do have a lot of flaws.
Oh, yeah.
And
that's what makes them beautiful.
Yeah, that's what makes it so great. Like, even the mom, like, she had her certain things about her. And I my first favorite character, I was reminded so much of Louise from Bob's Burgers and the daughter.
Mm-hmm.
From her first major kind of episode thing where she kept jumping off of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I thought that was hilarious.
Like the little sister?
Yeah.
Yeah, where she kept doing shit like climbing the tree.
And then she fell into the pile of sawdust. And
well, there's that whole scene where the father tells the girl, you know, so listen to your brother, he's in charge. You know, and then she immediately is like, okay, fuck it. You know, and she's gone.
Yeah.
That was my sister. I was 5 years older than my little sister. And I used to be told that. Take care of your little sister, you know?
And then, like, we know you would never do anything wrong, Angel. And then, like...
Yeah.
You got hit with all the trouble.
Yeah, exactly, you know? And next thing you know, I mean, it's me and my brother literally having to fucking, like, grab her because, fuck you, I'm going outside to play and I'm going to disappear and do what I want. And like, oh, hell no, you were not going to go off, get hit by a fucking train or something, you know? Not on my fucking watch.
Do that on someone else's watch, not mine, because
exactly.
I don't want to get grounded forever. Yeah. I don't want you to ruin my life by getting hit by a train.
Yeah.
So, I was on that kick, watching things on Netflix. I guess it felt like I had to finally, like, get my use out of it for the month. Because, like,
yeah.
I pay for it, and, like, I'm like, alright, that bill's taken out. What's on YouTube? Hey, look, dude, JonTron.
Yeah.
And then, like, I completely ignore it for, like, days on end.
Yeah.
Or unless, like, I'm watching Breaking Bad after I get home from work.
Like I've been doing with the X-Files.
Yeah. Yeah, you watch, like, 2 or 3 episodes here or there, and you're kind of like, all right, cool. And
yeah. I'm building up for when they come out with the new one here in a few weeks.
Oh!
The new season's getting ready to start.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing with Breaking Bad. I'm waiting for, I'm watching all these before Better Call Saul goes on Netflix.
Just tweaking my fucking nipples in anticipation, boy. Just,
But, like, I've had several conversations on here about how I am not a sports guy when it boils down to it. It's like, I'll watch sports when I have to.
Played sports.
Played 1 year of football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That counts.
I guess. But when it comes, it's just, I'm not crazy about it. Unless it's ESPN documentaries or documentaries about it, it's like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Like, I guess it's more of like, I like the human element, and I like how other people treat other people so shittily, like when they're doing this shit around this was supposed to be a fun game. But I watched a really good documentary over a sport that's pretty much dead now. Fucking boxing.
Yeah.
It's called Chasing Tyson, and it was more about how Evander Holyfield, his entire career, was never seen as that good because he was overshadowed so much by Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Who, everyone who lasted past the 3rd round with Tyson beat him.
Yeah.
Like,
well, you had to wear him out.
Well, yeah, that too. You had to absorb his punches when he threw him, and then been able to kind of just work him over, right?
Which begs the question: could Foreman have beat Tyson?
George Foreman back in the day?
Think about it. He was a tank. He could take punishment.
Well, I know he was still boxing around Tyson's career, but yet again, he was 43 years old.
That's what I'm saying, though. But he could take a beating.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder if he could have lasted long enough to wear him out. And,
yeah, because he was a big old guy. He's still a big guy.
Yeah, just
for his daughter, she even fucking has that tank style of fighting.
Well, yeah,
and she's not like that. She's built, but she's not like kind of chubby like how Foreman was. But
yeah,
like Evander Holyfield, man, I didn't know his personality at all. Like I barely knew outside of, and I'm sad to say this after knowing the outcome of the fights and how history remembers him now, is I didn't know Evander Holyfield before this outside of he was the guy that got his ears bit by Tyson.
Yeah.
Like, but he's a 4-time heavyweight champion, matched with Muhammad Ali.
Mm-hmm.
He could switch his fighting styles just like Ali could.
Yeah.
Like, he could go from, that very tank style of, I need to take a lot of punches, I'm going to draw this out, to, I need to be aggressive when I have to be. And he would go in fucking fist flying and just pop people like left and right. But because they go on to show, it's like, because he never fought Tyson within the time frame he was supposed to, because right before him and Tyson fought, Tyson went to prison for like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
Yeah. It came out of prison, and then it was another year before they actually had their first match, which Evander Holyfield won no fucking problem. And it makes you wonder, it's like, what about Tyson's conditioning? And I'm like, fuck you, what about Tyson's conditioning? He beat him. Like, that's what everyone wanted the entire time all along. He went into this being champion. It was underdog for someone who just came out of prison and had fought for a year. He was the one that had like 7-1, Evander Holyfield had 7-1 odds to beat Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
How do you fucking do this? And then it comes out again. Like, the whole ear biting incident didn't happen until the second match between them. Yeah, like, everyone's like, oh, that was their only match, right? He just bit his ears. No, what happened was, third round, Tyson figured out he wasn't going to win.
Yeah.
Evander Holyfield was just beating the shit out of him all the way around the ring.
So he did it to, like, break his concentration?
Well, no, he did it because he was doing it out of desperation. Like, I know I'm going to lose anyway, I might as well get disqualified.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I go out the bad boy.
Yeah, I go out the bad way. I get a lot of press for this. And that first, like, fucking bite, I didn't realize what he did. Fucking Tyson, like, you remember that part in Jaws where it just, like, looks like he's coming up over the side of the boat? Right?
Yeah.
That was the same mouth movement Tyson had over his ear. And you, like, because they're hugged up together, and he, like, peekaboos over it with his teeth and gets that ear. That wasn't like an accidentally, like, oh, well, you headbutted me in the teeth and that's what happened.
Yeah.
No, he bit him both times. One on each ear.
Yeah,
First time he just spit it on the ground.
I was about to say, he bit a fucking chunk out.
Yeah, he bit a chunk out of the first one, and there was a little bit of a tear on the second one.
Mm-hmm.
But holy fucking shit, what a shitty way to go out, dude! Like take your licks. You know you're gonna get beat. Fucking take one good fucking straight right and just like lay down. If you know you're gonna get beat, just do it like that. Go out like a man, not like a little bitch. And after watching that, dude, like, my respect for Tyson, like, went through the fucking floor.
Well, if you think about it, even if he got beat, just straight up got fucking beat. Come on, man. In that sport, people would have accepted it. He'd won how many fucking fights?
Tons.
Yeah. And he was known to be a tough guy. Well, sorry. Every fucking body that boxes is going to get beat. Eventually, you're going to get beat.
Well, he was beat a year before he was supposed to face Holyfield the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's by a boxer that nobody remembers the name of. I just watched this documentary last week, and I don't remember the name of this guy.
I can't remember the name. I remember watching some of his bouts back then. I can't remember the dude.
Everyone was shocked because yet again it was another fucking upset. But the guy just realizes, like, if I take enough hits within the first 3 rounds and then go after Tyson, it's not anything. But
I think Tyson he was definitely a power type guy.
And it was a most of an intimidation factor with him.
Yeah.
If you were scared of Tyson, you were going to lose.
Yeah.
If you weren't scared of Tyson...
Well, one of the craziest Tyson fights I remember was this fucking Irish guy who you could tell was like some fucking Boston barroom retard.
Yeah.
You know, that they put in the ring. And he got beat. But the whole thing was that this guy just got in the ring with him. It's like, I'm not scared of this fucking guy.
They showed him like over and over again, like getting back up. And they're like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to show you Tyson ain't shit. And
yeah, the idea being is that he gets up. He's Irish. He's not going to quit.
Yeah. He would just fucking take a beating. But like my favorite like Tyson moment or Tyson knockout was like I said, no one remembers who these people fight. Dude came up like was gonna hit a right hook. Tyson had his right up. Comes up underneath, and because he did that duck down style a lot, came up underneath with his fist, and it was like perfect Shudoken uppercut, right? Right there on like Pretty As You Please, right under the jaw, like just pop. And his head goes back like a fucking crash test dummy, and he hits the ground like a sack of potatoes. And dude, he hit him harder, or that guy's head came up quicker than the spring-loaded Rock'em Sock'em robot's hands. Holy shit.
Yeah, there was always a trick to them fucking things.
Getting the sweet spot and just...
Yeah, there was a certain motion you could make to the side, just... Yeah.
Because it was all about hitting the button, man.
Yeah, exactly. It was, you hit it in the right spot to right angle, and it'd set the heads off just perfect.
Yep.
But each one... Now, this is me being a kid and fucking with different ones of those, different machines when I was a kid. Each one had a different sweet spot. And you could figure it out. Was it on this side, that side? And you could look at like the teeth, on the neck.
Yeah.
And kind of tell, how it fucking breaks loose. Is it worse on this side or that side?
What they probably did like in the factory was had like a whole bunch of different press stamps for just those parts.
Yeah.
They would all mold at one time, throw them in a box randomly, and then when they were assembling, it would just be randomized.
Well, I'm talking about the metal teeth on that rod that goes up to the head.
Oh, yeah. They're all made out of plastic now, and the ones that I played with are all plastic on the inside.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Fuck, I'm old.
I was thinking about seeing the teeth.
Everything reminds me of that. Everything nowadays. Everything.
I think it's because you just focus on it way too much.
Well, no, it just happens too fucking much. I'll be describing something like that. Yeah, the little metal piece on the neck. That shit's plastic, dude. So I'm thinking, fuck, it's probably been plastic for 30 fucking years.
But, I don't know. I don't have that feeling when I talk to,
Just wait, it'll happen.
I talked to one of my buddies that's 9 years younger than I am. And I don't ever think about it. We make fun of him because he's so young, and we're like, you've never seen this, you queer,
little test tube baby,
you little fag, and just make fun of him like that. But I don't ever have the idea of going through my head like I'm old. It's like, nah, I remember in the age gap that him and I had when I was 9 years old, I was too busy playing fucking Pokemon and running around being a fucking idiot. And it's like, let me collect cards. Yeah, I totally still have those cards, but let me collect cards instead of plastic figurines that decorate my wall.
Shit, at 9-year-old, man, I was one of those out the door playing guns kind of kids, running through the woods and shit, sneaking up on each other, and we used to play army and shit, like all the fucking time.
We were like, what is outside, and why am I being punished by being forced to go out here? I
used to get in trouble for leaving the house too early. Yeah. I remember my mother like, God damn it hasn't been fucking daylight for 10 fucking minutes. You can keep your ass in for a little bit. No, I want out. It's fucking daylight. It's time to get my ass outside and do shit. The bike ain't gonna ride itself, lady. Come on.
I remember most days they'd be like, why don't you, my parents being like, why don't you go outside or something? I'm like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
Rubbing a Game Boy against my face.
Yeah, that's the problem right there.
Rubbing the Game Boy against my face? Yeah.
Fucking video games.
Well, we didn't, dude, all of my friends either lived outside of town. I couldn't go over there. I didn't really have neighborhood kids to play with or anything.
Yeah.
And I didn't have siblings, so
I lived in town, and some of the kids that lived...
Well, I did too, but...
I'm saying I lived here in town, and there was a couple of kids that lived nearby, and we had some good neighbors, around our age, but... Yeah.
It was a little bit different. You had actually people to play with, where I had...
Well, up to a certain age.
The weird neighbor kid, which I really didn't want to hang out with anyway. Yeah. Or the even weirder neighbor kid that I'm glad moved away quicker than the other neighbor kid.
Yeah.
Which you know who I'm talking about, so...
One of our neighbors, when I was a kid, I never liked the son of a bitch when we fought, constantly because fuck that guy.
Yeah.
That creepy bastard later fucking was involved in a fucking homosexual forcible gangbang. Yeah. So fuck that guy. Everything about him.
Well,
With this guy I'm talking about, he was a dick when he was a kid. Just repugnant motherfucker. Just, you hated to be around him. And I remember when I was like 20, 21, I read the fucking paper and seen his name and the shit he'd done. Him and like 3 other guys raped some fucking teenage kid next town over. Yeah. And I was like, nope. Triple fuck this guy from now on.
dude, like,
Yeah.
I don't know anyone that did anything like that. I just went to school with a porn star, which I've mentioned several times. Like, nothing else, like, really excited happened. Like, everybody got knocked up. I think one got breast implants at the end. And apparently, like, from the episode where Sick Nasty was on, I learned that one super Christian girl liked to take it in the ass, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
My only thought then was she Catholic?
No, she was just one of those super stupid Jesus freaks. Lord have mercy. But, yeah.
Yeah, fuck all that bullshit.
I watched, going back to things that I've seen here recently, because I actually watched a lot of things for once instead of me just being like, video games YouTube.
Yeah, like I said, for the last couple of weeks, I've been watching a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I really have.
You've been down sick. I've just been, holy fuck, my Netflix subscription. That's a thing I own.
Well, there's a lot of shit I watched. Like, there's this one movie. I cannot for the life of me remember what the fuck it was. I remember that I watched a movie. I can even remember my reaction to this movie. Fuck this schmaltzy romantic bullshit.
But you don't remember what it was.
I don't remember it. I've been tempted to go back in my history and look, try to figure out what the fuck it was.
That's because of all the medication you've been taking?
No. I think it was partially how bad that fucking movie was.
And so, like, your brain just turned on the trauma center of, like, you've been raped. And
yeah.
And then was like, forget this thing. You don't need it. And so, like, all you can remember is, like, that fear and emotion. Just like...
Yeah. I just remember that it was like schmaltzy bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, my brain said, I refuse to put this in the long-term memory.
It's like, you don't need any of this. We crunched some numbers.
Yeah.
And your hard drive is about 86% full.
Yeah. Your reaction to it is actually more important than any of this crap.
Yeah. And so, like, if you do find it and figure out what it is, we'll make sure that you only remember the name of it.
Yeah. So
and your reaction. That'll be it. So you can tell people to stay away from it. It's like, oh yeah, I watched that. It was bad.
Yeah. Well, I've seen some good shit though, recently. And I've seen some turds too, boy.
I watched 2 Adam Sandler movies.
Oh, speaking of turds.
Yeah. One of which was all right. Like, not good.
Yeah.
Not bad. Passable. I was expecting more of a depressed Adam Sandler movie because he had, like, the stubbly beard.
No, wedding singer kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which is a decent... For him, that's a decent movie.
I love The Wedding Singer. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
But it's called The Cobbler. And... It starts out with his father showing him when he was a kid how to use the old the stitching machine for shoes. Mm-hmm. And he told him the story about how his great grandfather was took in a vagrant for the night, and in the morning the vagrant was gone, and here was this sewing machine, and they've been cobblers in their family ever since. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, cool,
It's supposed to be like the Cobbler and the Gnomes. That classic fucking fairy tale?
Kind of.
Okay.
Well, it goes in, it shows him his dad, like, left him and his mom. He's a middle-aged man. He's just trying to keep the shop running and support his mother and I guess himself. A variety of people come into a shop. Like, there's a little, like, sub-storyline about, like, how there's this business mogul trying to buy out the Lower East Side of Manhattan there. And... his sewing machine, like his mechanical where his electric sewing machine breaks.
Mm-hmm.
And so he takes these shoes that he's supposed to be having done for Method Man. Like not like Method Man, like the actual Wu-Tang Clan, but like Method Man's character. Yeah. And so I was super excited when I saw Meth, and I was like, fuck yeah, Wu-Tang! He goes out and he clears out the stuff, and there's this old mechanical fucking pedal thing, and he's got Method Man's gated boots up there, and he's like fucking, I'm like, yeah, Wu-Tang. And he's fucking sewing these boots. And so he goes, he gets done with them, and he takes them back upstairs, and he puts them on, and he looks in the mirror, and it's like, Adam Sandler turned into the Method Man by putting on his boots. And I'm like, yeah, Wu-Tang!
This movie just got fucking interesting.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. But he's freaked out by it first, and so like he's panicking, and he goes there and he takes down another pair of shoes and he puts them on, and he stomps around in them, and nothing happens. And he was like, "Holy shit, the sewing machine!" So he takes
it's magic.
It's magic. It's a magic boot sewing machine that he used on Method Man's boots. Yeah. So he goes through.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a little weird, but
a little.
Yeah, dude. Like
magic sewing machine.
Dude, we have watched some stupid shit and loved it.
I know.
Don't give me crap about thinking an alright movie with a magic sewing machine.
Adam Sandler and his magic sewing machine.
Method Man in it. Come on. But he goes through and he starts like he resoles every shoe in a shop just to be like all the different people. Okay, I'm like, that's a lot of work and a wasted money, but you know, plot devices, moving on.
Well, that it being, I guess, that he's going to walk a mile in everybody's shoes. And
yeah.
Gotcha.
And fucking movie drags along with him doing different things, and like it shows him like doing the like, is that a size 10.5 on a lot of different people, until finally
got to tell me though. Come on, I bet you I'm willing to put money on it. There's at least one shoe size equals dick size joke somewhere in this movie.
I was cleaning at the time. If there was, I don't remember one.
I'm shocked because it just seems like
that would have been like, I was thinking the same thing too when I was watching. I was like, if he puts on like a size 14, is his dick gonna get huge? Like, what's gonna happen? But no, I didn't notice anything like that.
I just expecting it of like, come on, they're gonna aim for a cheap joke at some point.
And you know, it would have been welcomed because Adam Sandler makes cheap jokes all the time.
Well, yeah.
He goes for the easy way out.
Yeah.
But it gets like really weird because he starts having he has another interaction with Method Man's character, which he has his shoes done, but he's been using those shoes to like be Method Man to do other things. And Meth is like, "Shoe man, you better have my shit done, or else it's gonna be your ass." And I'm like, okay, this doesn't relate to any sort of the plot at all. Yeah. Like, this is so far been more about a little bit about the guy like trying to figure out different things about different people, and his mom dies like right before that scene, and you're like, okay, his mom's dead after conveniently having the dinner with Adam Sandler, who was his dad, because he resold his dad's shoes and made them magic.
So he went on a date with his mama.
Yeah.
As his daddy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this whole scene is like super awkward for me to watch.
Yeah.
Because he ends up saying goodbye to himself as he was his own dad. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's a really weird kind of scene, but I can tell like within the tone of it, it kind of works, but
with fucking shades of, what is it?
Incest?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like, there's no physical connection. It's just like...
It don't matter. You want a motherfucking date with your mama?
No.
What's wrong with you, boy?
No.
What's wrong with you?
The closest that would ever happen is like, Mom, you want to go out to eat or something? It's like, I'll get you some chicken. It'd be cool. Like,
what wait a minute, what am I bitching about? I love Back to the Future, man.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh. Oh. But anyway.
All right.
So.
Tell me about Calvin Klein, the cobbler here.
So he goes and he follows Method Man to figure out where he lives and all aspects of his life. So he leaves his apartment, and then Adam Sandler Method Man goes in his apartment, and his girlfriend's packing up and leaving, and he's trying to find Method Man's expensive collection of watches that he's going to use to sell to help like pay off his mom's funeral and all this other shit. He's going to
start robbing his clients.
Yeah, but Method Man proves that he's a piece of shit in like a couple of scenes like before this. So he's doing this.
So it's supposed to be okay for him to be a thief because this guy's a prick.
No, it's not okay, but
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, plot devices kind of things. But like my personal thing, it's like if that guy is a prick, he deserves what it has coming to him. But I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
So he goes through and he's like trying to find this collection of very expensive watches, and he finds a military grade shock baton, I should say.
Okay.
Taser.
Yeah.
Tases him and knocks him out. That's how strong it is. Okay. He wakes up. He's like, "Oh shit!" And like is starting to leave the apartment, and then Method Man like comes in. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" He starts choking him, right? And so he's able to kick off a shoe and turn right back into normal Adam Sandler. And then like it just falls apart like from this point. Cause he's like rapidly switching characters.
Yeah.
There's like an underground crime syndicate in which Method Man is the leader of. Yeah. And apparently it's related to the woman who wants to buy out the Lower East Side. So like they're tying everything together, but they're using the rope to like, all right, you're going to tie your shoe, right? You're going to tie your shoe with a shoelace, right?
Yeah.
This is like someone gave you a rope to tie barges together. Is how like they tie it together. So they're wrapping all these things together, and there's they do like little quirky things to trick the mean old bad guys, and finally they end up like Method Man is killed at one point, but then he isn't killed. Yeah, like. And then, like, they stuff him. Yeah.
This movie makes my brain hurt just hearing you talk about it.
He goes and he talks to Method Man's old ex-girlfriend and gives her the watches that he was going to steal. It's obvious they don't show actual Method Man's death, but it's obvious the way they got it painted up that he's playing Method Man who is now dead. Right? So he's walking away from this, and some gangsters stuff him in a car. And they're like, "We're gonna fucking kill you," and all this other shit. We don't make the same mistakes twice. And then, out of nowhere, another car hits this car. And he wakes up, and the barber the entire time that's been like a secondary character of like giving him a little advice here and there that he just shrugs off and doesn't listen to, brings him back to his barbershop. And you're like, okay. So was it like another reset of what like happened when Method Man died? Like, what the fuck happened here? And
were you gonna find out this guy's got magic scissors or something? And
he has magic shoes too, because it's Adam Sandler's dad that's been next to him the entire time.
Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah, and then he goes on to explain, like he opens up this like basement thing that has just rows and rows of different people's shoes. Yeah, I like the comedic ability to be able to move this shit up. Right? The meat of this movie is okay. Like, stop watching it like as soon as he kills Method Man. Just be like, all right, that's it.
When he turns into somebody, is he wearing any clothes?
Yeah, he's wearing the clothes that he's wearing on himself.
Okay.
But they're just magically to fit him.
I mean, like, he's still wearing the same clothes?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just wondering if he, like, changed. You know what I'm talking about.
No, like if he was to put, like if he was wearing, he wears like this coat thing with a scarf,
Mm-hmm.
and like if he was to put on Method Man's gator boots, he would just be Method Man in that coat and scarf.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering if they switched over like the clothes and...
No. But his dad shows him these rows and rows of shoes and goes to explain to him the story of the cobbler and the vagrant.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, then he explains the stupidest, unneeded dialogue that I have heard in movies in a long time. And this is saying a lot for Adam Sandler movies that aren't completely advertisements, right? That cobblers like are like these people that help out other people by walking a mile in their shoes, or help out others by walking a mile in shoes. And
what?
It goes through like he goes through and he talks about all the tradesmen having different powers. Like barbers do something else, and they're allied with the cobblers, but it's the dry cleaners that you got to worry about. And then they get in his magical Cadillac thing and drive away. That's the end of the movie.
Did they ever explain why the daddy? Why in the hell does the daddy never told him who he is?
I don't know. Like, he explains it, but I'm like,
why did the dad leave?
Stupid.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It was more tell, not show.
Oh, fuck this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, like no shit, dude. Like, watch the first 30 minutes of it, cut it off.
And you've seen the best part.
Yeah, you've seen the best part. If it ends with Method Man dying, that's it. You know?
Wow.
The rest of it, absolute, last like 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Or I think it might be a 90-minute movie, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But that last like bit, dude, that just like throws everything that the first build up to this character does. And like sets up the story, it's interesting. Even without like the magical shoes doing most of the thing. It's a nice little thing. If they took it a totally different direction and like didn't have the magic shoes at all, and it was just an oppressive movie about Adam Sandler being a cobbler, it would have been good. It would have been fucking good.
Yeah, why not?
But
yeah,
they didn't throw it away. And then I was like, all right, maybe he can be funny again. I was like, maybe it's just a thing. And I know a lot of people have already had that moment. It's like, he's just a fucking chill. Stop it.
Did you double dip Adam Sandler?
I double dipped. I
never double dip Adam Sandler.
I was like,
one dose of him is enough for months.
I was like, all right, the queso is cold. What if I try the crap-a-mole? I watched Ridiculous 6.
Oh, fuck that.
Which is like a spoof thing of the
Hateful Eight?
The Hateful Eight, yeah.
Which, I've seen that. I'll tell you about that here in a bit.
Which, holy mother of God, I made it probably 20 minutes into this movie before I shut it off.
It just sounds awful. It sounds fucking awful.
He was raised by Indians.
Okay.
Because he was about to get beat up by a bully at school one day, and his mom was walking him to school, and then a band of raiders killed his mom in front of him because like he had his mommy walk with him to school, and a woman should stay in the kitchen. Yeah, that's the joke they made about his mom dying, was women should never have left the house. And then his dad gets kidnapped by raiders when apparently this character is supposed to have like supersonic speed, because it shows him throwing up a bag of flour, being able to cartwheel, somersault, flip over another guy, punch a dude in the face, and then backflip his way back and catch the thing of flour.
No, fuck this.
Yeah, like I'm watching that and I'm like, that's goofy and unneeded. What else is gonna happen? Like, it's like, this turd tastes like a turd. I wonder if I take another bite, what it'll taste like.
Nope, still a turd.
Then he meets the mother of his half brother, who his half brother is Rob Schneider. And as soon as I see Rob Schneider, I'm like, oh, this is one of those where it's Adam Sandler gets paid a bunch of money to pay his buddies to make a shitty movie.
Yeah.
Allegedly. Yeah. But There was one scene he was like brushing a burro, and he was being overtly Mexican and making like the little Mexican jokes. And I'm like, okay, it's kind of whatever your thing.
Too easy of a comedy,
too easy here.
Yeah.
And then like he was like,
put some effort into your fucking.
You must
humor.
let me go with you. And then they embrace for the first time as brothers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the entire time, Rob Schneider's taking the brush that he used in the burro on the back of Adam Sandler's head. And I was watching this, and if I would have had like regular remote control, it would have been like, click.
Yeah, fuck this. Fuck this.
So I double dipped in the turd pile.
Well,
and I'm done with it for a while, man.
I dipped from the Happy Madison pile myself. In which I wonder, it makes me wonder, because I noticed at the end it was called Lifeboat Productions. You know, I wonder
if that lifeboat is throwing money out to C-rated actors that no one cares about and then only show up in these movies.
Yeah, because I watched Joe Dirt too. Now,
the movie that should have never have had a sequel.
No, it should never ever have had a sequel. Now, I love Joe Dirt.
Yeah, it's funny. It's a funny movie.
Yeah. It's fucking
right
hilarious.
I'll stab you in the face with a soldering iron. Fucking one of Christopher Walken's best roles in a comedy.
Yeah. And, well, I mean, dude, I've got the poster at home.
Yeah.
I've got a fucking original Joe Dirt poster, and I'm hanging on to this fucking thing. But the whole movie, there's only one fucking direction the whole movie could have went in. If you're going to make a second Joe Dirt, it has to be about the quest to find his sister.
Yeah.
And they don't fucking, it doesn't approach that at all. I mean, that's just not the fucking direction at all. He's still with Brandy, which good for Joe.
Yeah,
you know?
like let's have like that happy ending continue.
Yeah. Well,
do they have like 20 kids live in a trailer park too?
What gets some, hang on. It starts.
I didn't ask that question earlier. We're going to know this now.
The movie kind of starts in like they're making fun of Forrest Gump. It shows him sitting on a fucking
park bench and telling his stories.
Yeah. People getting off the buses.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And they go through this whole rigmarole that Brandy ends up having like fucking triplets. Now, see, here's the thing. The movie is fucking terrible. But it has its moments. There's
like if they would have just left it alone at a certain point, then
yeah. There's certain scenes in the movie that would have worked in other stuff, you know,
in better context.
Yeah. And Brandy ends up having 3 girls, you know, and it's kind of funny when she's having the baby, you know, like this doctor comes up and he's looking, you know, like he's like, oh my God, you know, and Joe's asked him, are you the doctor or whatever? And he's like, no, but I heard it was Brandy in here in these stirrups. Well, hell, I had to come look. You know? Yeah. And, and well, it goes on where he's worried. It shows him getting made fun of, and like these people are farting on him. I mean, it's this whole ridiculous fucking scene. Yeah. And Brandy like kicks some dude, like drop kicks him. Which kind of fits the character.
Yeah, but a pregnant woman?
No. This is after she's had the kids.
Okay.
And his daughters, these triplets, all see him, you know, that that's the moment they realize that he's not Superman. He's just Joe Dirt. Well, a storm comes and it shows them there. The kids are he's like taking them somewhere to where a shelter's at, a basement. And one of the kids is like, I forgot my little plastic tiara. And he turns around and he says, no, I'm Superman. I'm going to go get it. And he hauls ass in his fucking Roadrunner. And some of the music's good. They picked a good music, you know. And he gets back to their trailer, and the tornado comes and picks the trailer up just like Dorothy.
Twister style. And
he makes a Twister joke, which fits.
Yeah.
I'll give him. It fit that scene.
I can't tell you how many times I watched that in elementary school in the 90s.
Yeah. Well, fuck. You know, he's like going to the trailer and here's a tornado coming through the fucking trees right on top of him. And you see it for like a second go flying by. And he's like, dang, a cow? Yeah. And there's even a scene where he goes to open the trailer door and the wind catches it and like knocks him cold the fuck out.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But he gets in, he takes off and boom, time travel movie. He's went back to like I can't remember
70 whatever.
No, 1963. Yeah. And he ends up living from 1963 like all the way to present day. Never ages. Nothing. And because he finally thinks he figures out eventually that his purpose is that he has to meet Brandy, be there at that spot, and make sure things worked out proper. And they do the whole dog ball scene.
Again?
Yeah, where the dog gets his nuts froze on the porch, but this other guy gets there before he did. It's bullshit. It's like this whole storyline is fucking bullshit. Because one,
it's like they had a time travel movie where they time traveled.
Mm-hmm.
Like it wasn't like Marty McFly going back and fixing everything.
Not one fucking bit.
It was we're gonna retcon the original movie because we don't have any original ideas.
Yeah, you remember I brought up to you once the concept that sometimes time travel can be the laziest of all storytelling.
Yeah, it is the laziest of all storytelling when it's not done right.
Bingo, bango, that's this.
That's why
movie.
Doctor Who has worked for so many goddamn years, because people are fucking stupid.
Yeah. I've seen a couple of Who's that were alright. I've seen a couple.
God, that was me having an abortion.
Yeah.
But, like, dude, I can't. Like, now it's just one of those things that revels in being shitty. Like, just shitty quality.
Yeah.
I'm like, you guys, you're the longest running television franchise ever.
Yeah. Even Star Trek picked up the fucking pace a little when they made Next Generation. You know?
Guys, you look like you're still duct taping shit together and using graphics that were from, like, the early 2000s.
Yeah, it was great back when you were trying to present a show with no budget, and like Star Trek had some kind of hokey fucking special effects.
Yeah,
in the original
there was
days.
a lot of blinking lights.
Yeah. But back to Joe Dirt, they kept touching back on the original movie too fucking much.
Because, like, remember this thing? It was so funny, right?
Yeah, let's grind it off, pound it into the fucking ground, and completely just tear it off. And, like, there's even a scene where he meets Kickin' Wing. And which, see, I'd love to have these characters again. I'd love to see him, if you're going to make another one, show him, his friends are still his friends, Clem and Kickin' Wing and all them. And maybe they're trying to help him on his quest to find his sister. That would have been great. Kickin' Wing comes to him in a dream. And he says that he's quit selling fireworks because now he deals drugs. Yeah. And so Joe goes into this whole fucking routine. He's like, I only sell aspirin and weed. The drugs I like. And then Joe goes into this whole fucking routine. You ain't got no coke, no smack, no ecstasy, no... Like doing the fireworks scene over again, but with drugs instead. It's like, you lazy motherfuckers. Just lazy, unnecessary crap. And really, when I'm watching it, I honestly felt as if he and everybody involved were shitting on the fans.
We're just like, you guys will watch anything, or you guys will pay for anything as long as it has a Joe Dirt name on it.
Yeah. And I know maybe he thinks, he did Joe Dirt to laugh at fucking Southern people. But the story itself, there's some quality in that movie.
It's a very simply done movie. Because,
it's the underdog story.
Yeah. It's everyone can do an underdog story. It was put into a more comedic sense. And for the audience, I guess, that it captured, it worked well. Because Southerners, we love our comedy when it makes fun of us.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the fucking Squidbillies.
Yeah, well, part of the humor is that the fact that everybody thinks some of this shit's funny. And it's like, oh, ha, fuck you. I like Skinner and Marshall Tucker.
Yeah.
Not going to apologize for it.
Yeah, like...
I wear flannel. I've got fucking, not a mullet, but I got long hair. Fuck you, haha, I understand it.
I like the scene where the dog's balls are frozen to the porch. And
fucking comedy gold.
Yeah. It's like in the original
comedy.
Van Wilder movie where they keep jerking off Van Wilder's dog and replacing the cream from Twinkies with
dog spunk.
With bulldog spunk.
Ugh.
And there's the scene right after it. It's like this is just raunchy comedy. Like everyone's little guilty pleasure. I don't care how much of a film snob you are. Every once in a while, you got to watch Porky's.
Yeah,
but you sit there and the guy like took a bite into the Twinkie, and he was like, "Oh, they must be fresh. It's so warm on the inside." And you're just there,
yeah,
like.
Well, this movie didn't have these classic jokes. You know, the dog balls, the fucking space peanut, man.
Yeah.
This movie didn't even have a space peanut. Nothing of that quality.
Yeah, there was no probably Christopher Walken character that
well, Christopher Walken was in it.
But was he the same character? Was it as funny and quotable and memorable?
Oh, hell no. Hell no. He basically redid some of the same sayings and shit like that. And he played the gangster back before he was called Clem. You know, back when he was still a fucking mobster and shit.
Oh, you mean you're gonna pay me money to say the same shit in the same movie again? They're like, yeah, you get a check for showing up. Sweet.
Exactly.
That's what that movie sounds like. You get a check for it. That was how the Ridiculous Six was.
Well,
it's like, hey, you want to show up?
Well, here's another.
Here's
one.
$1 million.
You got this other random asshole supposed to be the guy chasing Brandy. All right, you have no connection to this motherfucker. Who the fuck is this guy? I don't care. If you're going to make another movie, bring back Kid Rock. That could have been a thing right there. You know, while Joe's trying to find his sister, Kid Rock's trying to get back with her. You know?
Kid Rock would have probably been like, yeah, I'll be in another Joe Dirt movie.
Yeah, if they'd made it good and it wasn't fucking paid for by Crackle.
Crackle?
Crackle. Yeah, it was a, quote, Crackle original.
Yeah, like how the Ridiculous Six was a Netflix original.
Yeah.
And that really kind of irks me.
Yeah.
Because right now the Trailer Park Boys are Netflix originals.
Yeah. Yeah, Trailer Park Boys are fucking, I'm sorry, that's top-notch, lowbrow comedy right there.
Even if you haven't seen The Orange is the New Black, just because it's gotten so many good reviews, that's a Netflix original. House of Cards, Netflix original.
Yeah.
F is for Family, Netflix original. You have 4 shows that have pretty much changed the way that people think about traditional media and television. And you are going to spit in my Cheerios by like, will Netflix original anything?
Yeah.
No, Netflix original now should mean some sort of fucking quality standard.
Yeah.
Like, not like, we can produce whatever we want because we have so much money. It's like, you have so much money, why don't you just produce things that are good?
Yeah.
And go over the schlock. Like, the main reason why I watched Ridiculous Six after I got done with that Fall Apart movie, The Cobbler, is because it had 4.5 stars as its rating.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, this might be another good Adam Sandler comedy. This might be a diamond in the rough like Little Nicky was.
Yeah. Which, oh yeah, that's a wonderful fucking movie.
Nope!
Nope.
No!
Nope.
Nope! Fuck you!
Well, you know something else that just, one of the biggies too for me in this Joe Dirt movie, there was another character missing. There's no fucking reason for this character not to show up in some way, some form. Jill was not in it. Do you remember the girl that comes on to him at the carnival?
Yeah.
Yeah. That hot. Oh my God, she was so fucking hot. Just go back, watch the original Joe Dirt.
It's been a while since I've seen it.
Go back and watch, you know, just her at the carnival and shit. Oh my fucking God. It just makes you want to hump the goddamn drywall. You know what I mean? Just, Jesus. Not in the movie. Like, fuck.
That was kind of...
That could have been a nice touch right there. Somehow Jill comes back after him trying to hook up with him.
Well, that was also kind of a little bit of the appeal of the original movies, because you had all these fucking hot chicks, man.
Exactly.
You had all these fucking hot chicks and this one fucking loser, and he's trying to get, like, with the one that's always been his dream girl, and...
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah.
No. Hey, no. We need a time travel movie where we just make the same movie again.
Pretty much. And
remember how Back in the Future actually tried, In the second one, when they didn't want to show everything being the same thing, they wanted to show Marty McFly working behind the scenes.
Yeah, they put some fucking effort in. Well, it even had the dude from fucking Family Guy. You know, the guy that does the voice of Joe?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Peter.
He's in it. And, like, he plays a biker. See, whenever
that's super weird.
Yeah. When Joe comes back, his trailer falls out of the sky and, like, crushes the fucking lead biker like the fucking Wicked Witch. And they take off
That's a good touch. That's a good homage right there.
Yeah, they take off the boots and shit and give it to him and declare him, like, leader of their fucking gang.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And would work if Happy Madison knew how to make a script.
That's a ripoff of Pee-wee. You remember Pee-wee and the Bikers?
Fuck, it is.
Uh-huh.
When he danced on the fucking pool tables to cocaine.
Yeah. Or that wasn't cocaine, it was tequila.
Tequila. I got my drug songs mixed up. I heard the horns in my head and said, cocaine!
He was dancing to Blondie's Rush Rush.
Rush, rush, get the yeah. So...
Yeah, that movie was, like I said, a couple of good jokes. There was some couple of good things you could cherry pick out of it. Other than that, complete fucking disappointment.
But let's get to the ham of this late holiday meal of turds.
Uh-huh. This cavalcade of crap.
This carousel of whatever the fuck. I had something that I've just lost.
Craptastic douchebaggery of filmmaking.
By the most craptastic douchebag, edgelord, hack piece of shit who's only ever made 2 good movies and a couple of passable ones for the rest went down the fucking crapper.
Jar Jar?
Quentin Tarantino.
Oh. Yeah. Fucking, yeah, him.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fucking Hateful Eight.
Yeah.
Oh.
You saw it, I didn't. I don't want to see it.
I don't know how to even describe this fucking movie. It's a closed door whodunit, like murder mystery.
Okay.
And
that's not what I got from watching the trailer at all.
Not one fucking little bit.
Like,
No.
I like when trailers don't give away things,
Mm-hmm.
but especially a Tarantino movie being a whodunit murder mystery.
It kind of is. See,
I think what Tarantino did to come up with that movie was he went to one of those dinner murder mystery things,
right.
or Renaissance fair.
Now,
bag.
The movie is a combination of some really good shit and schlock, stereotypical crap.
Yeah.
Just, I don't expect anything from fucking Tarantino anymore.
No.
Just crap. Garbage.
Like,
you know, more Django bullshit. You know?
Like the passable movie. I mean, I thought about this today. Because I read a couple of reviews. I don't plan on watching it. I didn't watch Django. I didn't watch... I didn't like Kill Bill. Like I saw the first ones. I didn't watch any of the rest.
I watched both of them, and I didn't give a fuck for either.
3.
There's 3?
Yeah, there's 3.
I thought there was 2.
Mm-mm. There's 3 volumes of Kill Bill. Yeah.
Well, fuck it. I watched 2 of them and said, "Fuck it."
It's like me with the Hunger Games. I saw the first one. I was like, eh.
Yeah, I watched all that crap.
But the last was From Dusk Till Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
And if the whole vampire craze that was happening in the 90s would have ended with From Dusk Till Dawn, it would have been fucking good. But instead it fucking continued and died and then was revamped. And
I didn't even give a shit about that movie.
Tommy Chong is what made that movie for me.
Yeah. Or are you talking about Cheech?
Cheech, yes.
Yeah.
Fuck. Snapping pussy. That was the great part. And, like, it had good action scene. Of course, it was gory like any Tarantino movie was. But, like, they used the special effects well. The storytelling was a little bit ham-fisted, but it's Tarantino.
Yeah.
Like, the only time that he played subtle with the storytelling was in fucking Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
The rest of the time, it's just been like, here's a ham, here's your face. Well, this is plot.
Like you said, the only two I've ever give a fuck about, Reservoir Dogs and fucking Pulp Fiction, and you can just jettison the rest of it. This Hateful Eight,
he wants to be proud of it. It's like, look, I've made 8 films.
Well, here's the thing.
Who the fuck cares?
Some of the actors, they give good performances in this film.
Yeah, Sam Jackson, it's hard to find a bad Sam Jackson performance.
But Sam Jackson has a bad fucking habit of not actually acting, just being fucking Sam Jackson.
And just yelling all the time.
That's what this is.
This is Samuel L. Jackson Ale. It's my beer.
It'll get you drunk.
You'll be fucking fat chicks in no time. Like, they should get Dave Chappelle to play Sam Jackson in the next Quentin Tarantino movie and just say, fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think almost, dude, when I'm watching this, what I'm seeing is he's redoing the same character himself. He's just redoing Jules. And for the character of Jules, it was perfect.
Yeah.
Fucking perfect. And I'm like, is this supposed to be Jules' granddaddy or something?
Who knows?
But
don't you like seeing Sam Jackson in blood and gunfights? Come on.
Yeah. What? All right, Kirk Russell, though. He's in it.
Okay.
His character is fucking perfect. Dude, I mean, seriously, he plays that character fucking beautiful. He's a bounty hunter. He's got this girl who is like a gang member or something. She's got like a $10,000 bounty.
Hold on a second, real quick question. Is Danny Trejo in this movie?
No.
Okay.
No. And
then we could have all the racial stereotypes in one movie.
Oh, there's a Mexican. There's a Mexican.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get into that, the stereotype bullshit.
Yeah, it's a Quentin Tarantino movie. It has to have it.
Yeah. And
well, except for once mentioned earlier, but okay.
Yeah. Well, he's this girl, she's like, she overplays being crazy. That's kind of, it gets on your nerves, but she does the character pretty well in a way. The way that he deals with her, like, I'm not letting this bitch out of my fucking sight. She's worth 10 grand. I always bring them in alive.
This
and
is
I'm doing
meal ticket.
Yeah, this is my fucking meal ticket. I could kill her and bring her in, but fuck that. I always bring my people in alive.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And
whatever, Batman. Let's fucking move the story along.
Yeah. All right. They go to this fucking, it was called Minnie's Haberdashery.
Okay.
Right. And it's supposed to be up in the middle of fucking Wyoming. The movie starts with fucking Samuel L. Jackson's character sitting on 3 fucking bodies and the wagon rolls up. His horse had just died or something. He went out and got these 3 bounties and was bringing them in. And
howdy, motherfuckers!
Yeah, his horse died or something, And, well, Kirk Russell's character, he's hired this fucking stagecoach to take him to this town so he can go collect the bounty. Well, he gets a ride from them, throws the bodies on top of the stage and off they go because a blizzard's coming. And then they meet this other guy who you find out was he was a bushwhacker type Southern cavalryman. As the war ended. Yeah, we'll get into this. And they get the Minis, and Minis is owned by this black woman and all that. You find that out later.
Howdy! Would you like some syrup on your pancakes? That kind of stereotypical black, or
kind of like this weird mix of a modern. It's like you took. I don't even know how to describe it.
Big Mama's house and
made her young. It made her younger.
The maid that said, "Oh Lord,
what
you doing out there?"
Yeah, almost a mix.
Holy fuck!
It's just
crap.
It's annoying. And it goes through this whole bullshit that he's trying to figure out, did these people or did they not, these other guys that are there, did they kill her and her white husband and her black daughter? And they're saying that she went off to go visit her family on the other side of the mountain before the blizzard came and left the place in charge of this Mexican guy. And they go through this whole locked door mystery kind of thing where it's just Jackson's character trying to figure them out, what's going on. And he suspects they're locked in for the blizzard for 3 or 4 days till it blows over. And then it gets into the stereotypical bullshit. You got the Mexican stereotype. You've got the all Southerners. There's a Confederate general, like this old man that's going to go see he's trying to find his son or to create a tombstone for his son who disappeared years ago. And just bullshit crap. This other guy, this bushwhacker, this Southern or cavalry guy, they have to, of course, play them off. They're Southerners, so they're fucking racist, asshole, moron, bigots. Just out of the fucking playbook. This is straight out of fucking central casting storyline bullshit. And Jackson's character is played off like, he's fucking Sherlock Holmes with a goddamn pistol. I swear to God, the way he's figuring shit out. Not in that. It's the way he's able to put shit together and know what's going to happen. And he straight up at one point, Jackson, straight the fuck up, his character murders that Confederate general. Straight the fuck up murders him in front of everybody. And nobody brings it up. Like it ain't a big fucking deal. Just straight up fucking, he lays a gun down next to this guy. Alright? Lays a pistol down. They took guns from everybody, so only they have the guns, Puts a gun next to this guy and fucking starts telling this story about how that, oh, your boy come after me because he wanted the bounty on my head. Why, he got up here in the mountains and shit and goes through this whole thing about how fucking, this bounty hunter fucking rapes him. Marches him through the snow, buck naked. Of course, you got to have the black guy with the fucking Southern bigots got to be marched in front of him through the snow naked, to punish him for being Southern and daring to come after him. And then fucking proceeds to rape him in the mouth. And they go through this whole big scene where the father gets all pissed off, goes for the gun, so he can quick draw on him and take him down. And, that it was a duel and shit, and he was justified in shooting him. And just bullshit. This is lazy fucking writing. This is garbage, dude. And there's a whole poisoning scene, where somebody's poisoned the coffee and it's just crap. But there is one scene in it that I fucking love. It is as beautiful as Jackson in that fucking movie where he gets eaten by the shark. You find out that one of the bad guys, that it's a huge setup, okay, that they're there to try to get this girl back from Kirk Russell. All right, from that bounty hunter. And that her brother had brought his gang because she's one of the members. And that they'd set this all up so they could jump this guy. Like when he's asleep, take her back. The brother is down in the basement, like in the root cellar. And just when all seems bad, he's got them, literally Jackson's got all of them lined up, him and, he does team with this bushwhacker guy. Because the bushwhacker guy almost gets poisoned by him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they got them all up against the wall and shit, lined up. And then out of the fucking blue, the dude in the basement just blows Jackson's balls off. Just shoots right through the fucking floor and shoots him in the fucking balls. And then it's a fucking just overly done bloodbath scene at the end where Jackson's bleeding out, him and the white guy. And, of course, they were able to make amends, the fucking Southern bigot and the black man. And they worked together, to go after the baddie. And it just, that's the way it come across to me. These stereotypes, the way that they were doing it, he clubbed you over the fucking head with them. And I didn't give a fuck. By the end of the movie, I didn't give a fuck. I didn't care no more.
That's how all Tarantino movies are, though.
Yeah.
Not now they are.
Yeah.
Instead of having actual interesting characters, they're just cardboard cutouts of stuff.
Well, there is some of these guys were interesting characters. Like I said, Russell's fucking bounty hunter, interesting character. The concept of the girl he's bringing in, interesting character. The fucking bushwhacker guy, yeah, and given the right movie, that kind of a guy could fit. But it just seemed a little fucking pat. It's
just...
Yeah.
that was his 8th movie.
Mm-hmm. And it fits in the other universe because they mention red apple tobacco. And this time it's like loose leaf, old school tobacco. Yeah. So it's the same universe.
I don't even give a shit.
Yeah, I don't either no more.
I don't even fucking care. Like, people want to bitch and complain about certain directors and how like they've kind of lost their shine. Like, I know Spielberg isn't doing what he used to do anymore, but yet again he was a pioneer.
Yeah.
I'm not going to mention He Who Shall Not Be Named because I think he should just hide away in Skywalker Ranch, should never be seen again. I heard. You heard? I heard.
Yes, just so they know, that whole sold it to slavers argument. Yeah. Yeah, fuck that. I don't even want to touch that. I don't even...
Yeah. It made me so mad.
Yeah.
It legitimately made me so mad. I'm like, you killed the franchise.
Yeah. You want to bitch about selling them to slavers. That slavers, he described the movies as his children, right? I sold them to slavers. When you sold your children, who do you think's going to buy them? You sold your children and you're surprised that it's a slaver that bought them?
But...
You see the concept of what I'm saying.
But you were the one
that run it into the fucking ground.
And ruined everything.
Yeah.
You were supposed to bring balance to the Force. It cannot be like this, Anakin.
Exactly.
You are fucking Anakin Skywalker at the end of episode 3. And you're not the one at fault. It's the one that saved the franchise.
Yeah. At least made it a damn sight better than it was, And we're not getting into that.
No. But all right. So I'm not going to mention him because, as far as I'm concerned, he should be jettisoned off the planet now.
Yeah. George Lucas raped our childhood, and he can go fuck himself.
Yeah. I don't even want to say his fucking name.
Yeah.
So I mentioned, Ron Howard still makes good movies.
Ron Howard makes some damn good movies, dude.
He's able to like bring the science in it, and he has the human drama in it. And I'm like, that fucking Opie?
Opie Cunningham.
Yep. There's a lot of good directors around the day. There are some guys that can make schlock, and they can make fucking good movies. Mm-hmm. Scorsese is still making films.
Yeah. But speaking of which, Scorsese, I told you about the scene in Joe Dirt 2 about where the doctor looks down and he's talking about Brandy. 2 female doctors, like a nurse and a woman doctor, they're fucking making out. And that doctor sneaks back. And the angle is supposed to be like the 2 girls are kissing and he's back behind them like looking at Brandy's twat between them. And he holds up his hands and he was like, Scorsese couldn't fucking block a picture like this. This is like every man's fucking dream.
But you have Scorsese, you have the Coppola kids that they are really just either they can hit or they can miss.
Yeah.
Like it's a batter betting a perfect 500.
Yeah. Yeah, he either is going to knock it out of the park or he's going to miss.
It's either his son's going to do something good and his daughter's going to fall flat on her face, or the daughter's going to do something good and the son's going to fall flat on her face. The Wachowskis, every now and then they can bang out something decent.
Yeah.
They're better at consulting on films. They haven't directed anything in a while besides that terrible Speed Racer thing that was just all shitty.
Fuck that.
3D graphic horseshit.
Yeah, fuck all that.
But there are a ton of good directors.
Mm-hmm.
Directors that have had more than 8 or less than 8 movies. And how the fuck is Tarantino even still being talked about when you have these other people that just blow him right out of the water? That do such a better job.
I don't know.
That even one of which is being called Kubrickian at the moment. And I'm sitting back and I'm like, what's that guy gonna do? What's he gonna do? Do something good! Hurry!
Please!
I'm jonesing over here!
Which you reminded me. Bringing up Kubrick. All right. Just real quick. I'm only saying it because of what the character does in the film. What he actually did in history. Watch the movie Trumbo.
Okay.
All right. The guy, Brian...
Cranston?
Yeah, from Breaking Bad. He's in it, plays Trumbo. And Trumbo was the guy that wrote Spartacus. Yeah.
And you told me about how he described working for Kubrick.
Yeah, it's like Kirk Russell's talking about that he's a pain in the ass. Yeah, but other than that, fuck Trumbo, fuck his politics. But it's a good movie. Louis C.K. He's in it. Yeah, he plays one of Trumbo's buddies who is a communist as well.
Huh.
Yeah.
But still that works right in with the quote that was said by a movie reviewer about Stanley Kubrick, and is like one of my favorite quotes of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really not something that I've led on a whole bunch of the show, how much of a quote nerd that I am.
Yeah.
But this reviewer said, God created the heavens and the earth in the first 6 days. On the seventh day, Kubrick sent it back for editing.
Wrong. Do it again.
just over and over again. It's like, you see the placement of that right there? Yeah, Alpha Centauri B. Yeah.
And that's just all wrong.
Yeah. You also messed up a little bit over there. Yeah, and you turned that the wrong way. Because the cans, are of vital importance.
They are,
just like the rug.
That's right,
and the door.
Yeah, in The Shining, the cans behind it mean something. The carpet means something.
I think I kind of want to end it on a little bit of note. It's like, go in and watch directors that are good.
Mm-hmm.
But yet again, watch movies by these good directors that you like multiple times.
Yeah.
Like, go out there and support your favorite directors. Like, you buy merchandise, because I know directors get like the second or third highest billing on the entire thing.
Yeah.
And if they're good, you should go out there and support them like independent artists. It doesn't matter who they work for or whatever.
But when you get somebody like Tarantino who's beginning...
No, you should He's becoming like this fucking fake styrofoam activist horseshit.
Yeah. Yeah, the Confederate flag is the fucking Southern swastika. Fuck you. Yeah. Don't want to hear your fucking politics. Make a goddamn movie.
And shut the hell up.
Yeah.
Like, you could be ham-fisted in a movie and we'd be able to realize it's like, you're a fucking hack.
Yeah.
But for people to actually listen to you and take you in seriousness just because you're able to sit behind a fucking camera and write dialogue, fuck you.
Yeah.
Seriously, we should name the title of this podcast, Fuck You, Tarantino.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Tarantino can just go fuck himself.
Yeah.
Get the fuck off my lawn, Tarantino.
Yeah, get the fuck off my lawn, Tarantino. What does this look like? Dead inward storage.
Yeah. What?
Speaking of 9,000.
All right, I want to talk about a movie, though, I enjoyed. This is a couple of films. There's a couple of films I'd like to talk about that I enjoyed. Yeah, I know. Fucking Wonder of Wonders.
I hate movies.
I do.
I hate them too.
I do. This is going to come a hell of a shock. Because, especially after the one before it. Rise of the Planet of the Apes. That is a fucking great movie.
The one after, like, the apes have had some time to reestablish them? Okay. I've been wanting to see that one for a while. I haven't yet.
It's fucking worth watching.
Because I love the first one.
Oh yeah, they're good. I've seen all that shit. I've seen all the old ones, from the 60s, 70s. I've seen all that shit. The last one was alright, This one, though, fucking just took off. I went to a completely different fucking level.
Well, I seen the first one when it first came out on pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember me and my dad, we had it for like a 24-hour period. We ended up watching that shit like 3 times.
Yeah.
It was a good movie.
Well, this one, it just blows the other one away.
And now I'm definitely going to see it.
Caesar has led his people, his apes, off into the woods of like near San Francisco.
Yeah, that's like at the end of the first one. But I'm going to go ahead and be like, please no spoilers.
No major spoilers. But let's just put it this way: it shows him how they hunt with spears and shit. Yeah,
fucking kick ass,
and like a fucking like a war/hunting party in the beginning of the. Oh my god, it's fucking just wonderful. I'm not going to give any kind of like total spoilers here, but there is one scene that I'm willing to. I would give it a good 4 out of 5 stars, you know, but I've got to ding it a little bit. Monkey driving a tank. That's all I can say. Monkey driving a tank. Yes. Other than that, 95% of the movie is fan-fucking-tastic. Monkey driving a tank. The scene is only like 5 seconds long, but you were talking about something that pulls you right the fuck out of it.
Remember, this is a thing that is fiction. Oh, yeah. The fuck it is!
Yeah. You know, this is, oh my god, this is monkey on a tricycle bullshit. But other than that, I mean, it's, holy fuck, I was really shocked. I just watched it, you know, I was like, fuck, I've seen all this shit. Well, fuck it, I haven't seen this.
I'm sick, what else is there to do?
Yeah.
I'm dying.
Yeah, but I was pleasantly fucking surprised, and I would definitely tell people, go out and watch it. You're going to fucking like it, you know?
Alrighty, what's the other one?
The Peanuts.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned to me a while back.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
There's another one. The Peanuts movie, they pretty much go straight out of the comics. Almost everything is just like canon. There is some shit, though, they fuck up. When they bring in the redheaded girl, all right, which in the original cartoons, you find out was named Heather. They start changing the story a little bit, like how she comes into the classroom he's in. That never happened. The whole pencil scene's done wrong. It wasn't in a classroom. It was outside. Just little shit they keep tweaking and fucking with.
There's little bitty things here and there that kind of...
Yeah. The school dance. All right. The original cartoons, he had to she got voted like the dance queen or whatever, you know, homecoming queen. And he had to introduce her, and there's this whole scene, you know, where she gives him a kiss and, you know, all this kind of shit, right? They fuck with it. A solid 95 out of 100, you know, effort. Overall, it's a damn good movie.
Just a very enjoyable watch.
Yeah, very enjoyable. They did a 3D perspective way of doing things that works. It looks like the old animation. Thing is, it kept reminding me of like the fucking the old PlayStation Portable, you know, PSP version of the Peanuts game. All right, the Snoopy and the Red Baron stuff is fucking beautiful, except the fact that there wasn't enough machine gun fire. Let's put it that way. They include it a couple of points, but it's like this doesn't fit. They bring in this other character who appeared in one of the cartoons, but she was a kind of a throwaway love interest.
Yeah.
But they bring her in, you know, Fifi, and then of course she's got to be this female fucking pilot dog, and this what? You know, what the fuck's going on here? Quit fucking with the storyline. And okay, there's one thing though unforgivable in this film: the music. The music.
It's not the original like Peanut score.
Oh, most of it is.
Oh,
all right. Most of it is pure Peanut score. The whole dance thing. There's like this fucking new pop song thing that they made. Absolutely does not fit the fucking Peanuts. It does not fit, and it throws you out of it.
So what they should have done was add in the song "Watch Me Whip, Watch Me Nay Nay," right?
I'm trying to remember who was it. It was
Katy Perry.
Fuck, what is that asshole's goddamn name? Let's put it this way. Flo Rida has a part of one of these songs I'm talking about. When I think Peanuts, I think fucking Flo Rida, don't you?
Totally.
Yeah. But let's put it this way. My nephew watched it. He loved the movie. But when that scene come up, I was watching it for a second.
So it was a real groaner when that scene came
Yeah.
up. I was like, oh.
Not only did I groan, but here's a kid He looked at it, and what he said, as soon as that shit happened, I happened to look over at him just to see what his reaction would be to that music. He went, 2015 movie.
Duh.
And he didn't say shit else. I didn't say nothing, and I was like, yeah, you damn right. It's a 2015 movie. And it's like they can't help it. They've got to juice everything. Everything's got to have this little
bit of sauce.
Yeah, this crap thrown in it. But other than that, it's a really good film. You know, if you like the Peanuts, fucking watch it. However, they do get one ding. Charles Schulz said very plainly in his will, when I'm gone, don't make another fucking Peanuts cartoon. Don't make a strip. No one is allowed to fuck with my work.
And they just kept on making it because it was a cash cow. They do everything else.
His family's like, fuck you, we're going to make money. Yeah, their names are all in the fucking credits.
Yeah, but it's not necessarily like the studio's, the producer's fault. It's his family's fault.
Oh yeah, definitely his family. And in a way, I can understand both sides of that argument. You know, Schultz's version is like, fuck you. All the Peanuts were actually pieces of me. Really, they were. They were aspects of his fucking, of him, you know, the different parts of him, different sides of him, his worries, his joys, that kind of thing.
His being super mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, pulling the football out. Yeah. Everyone's got a little bit of a mean side to him.
Charlie Brown was him, you know, his worriness and the philosophical side of him's Linus, and the meanness is, you know, Lucy, and all that shit. The innocence is kind of Snoopy. At the same time, I can see where his family might go, no, this is a good thing, and we'd love to keep sharing it. But I think they should have left it alone.
They should have just kept rehashing the same shit over and over again.
No, let the old exist for what it was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, keep coming out with like new on Blu-ray. It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Yeah, but
digital update.
Well, just
unreleased scenes, documentary behind it.
There you go. Yeah. I'd watch it, but I'm saying just here's all his printed works. You know, it exists. It's a treasure trove of stuff. Have fun with it. Maybe, you know, I think they should have left it at that.
Yeah, but they should have just like, I think they could have kept on making money off of the same old stuff over and over again. That's
kind of what he was wanting.
Yeah.
You know, keep it out there, but there's nothing wrong with people accepting it that this was something from that time period and was indicative of that time period.
Yeah.
In which, even though they updated in the cartoon, I'll give them credit, they did touch on the fact that it looks like a 50s time period in a lot of ways. You know, that's why the song didn't mesh at all into it. And
yeah, they should have played like
just fucking go back and play the goddamn Peanuts jazz. That's what you play.
Yeah, or Chuck Berry.
If anything, let it be. Let it be what it was, you know, and don't tweak it to juice it up. And like, we don't need the fucking bullshit romance story that Schultz never wrote. Don't throw Fifi in as a character love interest for Snoopy.
We don't need.
He discussed that 2 or 3 times.
You don't need to put glitter on the statue of David to make it any better.
Exactly.
And that's what it just
be sure to bring in every new class to see it.
Yeah, like that's the thing. It just seems like they, with these rehashes, or I'm not even going to say like all reboots, because there's been quite a few like Soft reboots that have been pretty good here lately.
Yeah,
because it finally seems like they figured out how to fucking do them. But that's just what it seems to do to a bunch of the old franchises, especially with like the sequels out of nowhere and like the Starsky and Hutch shit. A bunch of the stuff that came out in the 2000s.
Yeah,
was
it's like this is an established product from way back when, and hey, people will go to it just because, like, hey, I remember that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Dukes of Hazzard. That was putting fucking glitter on the Mona Lisa.
Yeah. Once again, they did that out of fucking spite.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're a fan of the original, don't watch that other bullshit. It doesn't exist.
No.
Just go back and watch the old TV show.
We have lived up to the term a pop culture podcast for this one today.
Yeah, we actually fucking watched some movies.
Yay!
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait until after the Royal Rumble to start talking about wrestling again.
Wrestling.
All right, so this has been a pretty good episode of the Generation Gap podcast.
Yeah.
I have been Lunchbox.
I'm Gleek. Take care, folks.
You can follow the Generation Gap podcast on Twitter at PicklestickPod, or you can shoot us an email at picklestickproductions@gmail.com, visit our webzone, picklestick.com, and you can also find us on Stitcher and iTunes.